straightforward F dominant pentatonic to G dominant pentatonic. There are a couple of sort of little grace notes, sort of passing notes, but quite subtle. Generally, this passage demonstrates vertical motion, whereby you're confining the activity to one scale pattern and just moving up and down it, and occupying just one area of the neck rather than moving laterally along the length of the neck. So the first one dwells exclusively in shape number 1 of F dominant pentatonic. That pattern you'll see in the book. And there's just like a little sort of grace note at the top, which is this A flat note. You can see it's got an asterisk above it just to show that it's a not in the scale. It's a chromatic note, but it just gives it a little bit of sort of vocal sounding nuance, really. The last note there, the 15th fret, is played in anticipation of the G7 that follows it. It's got an SH above it. That's the semi-harmonic, which, if you've seen some of the other videos, it's basically achieved, well, I achieve it by dragging the shiny face of the second fingernail across the string as I pick it, and that, instead of getting that sort of closed mouth sound, you get that instead, which, as I said, sort of sounds more vocal, and it's got a bit of glitter around it. As opposed to this. Then we get into bar 29, and so we've anticipated it. We're playing now up and down shape 5 of G dominant pentatonic. It's a 2-note per string caged pattern. And again, you've got a similar move that we had in bar 28 in bar 30, which is, so you've got this little sort of chromatic note. I usually sort of hammer on to it and slide back. It just sounds quite nice, it's just an idiosyncrasy of my playing, but as I improvised a lot of this sort of stuff and then transcribed it, this stuff came up, and so I kept it in because it's all part of the performance. Again, and you've got an option here. I think on the record, and certainly on the demonstration video, I'm doing glissando vibrato, which is where you're passing over the note as like a semitone either side of it, and you're just sliding like that. It's a certain effect used by sort of a lot of jazz players, George Benson, etc., and fusion players like Greg Howe. It's particularly useful if you found yourself on a sort of wide stretch and you want to add vibrato to that note. It's easier to apply quite quickly rather than trying to get in position and add vibrato that way. It's up to you. It's sort of a matter of taste or whatever, but if you actually want to know technically what's going on, it's quite surprising, because if I was to slow it down, you play this note and then you slide a semitone up from it, then a semitone below it, and you actually finish a semitone up. So if I played it slowly, it would probably sound horrible, but if I speed it, and you can pass over it a few times, but I'm sort of doing the shortened version, but the longer you linger on it, the longer that goes on. But